A 5.1 magnitude aftershock hit near the city of Mandalay in Myanmar on Sunday morning as emergency teams continued rescue operations following Friday's massive 7.7 magnitude tremor. At least 1,644 people have died and more than 3,400 are injured, according to the country's ruling military junta. Rescue efforts have been hindered by downed bridges, damaged roads, unreliable communications and the civil war. According to local media, many people were left sleeping on the streets, either out of fear of aftershocks or because their homes were brought down. Meanwhile, Myanmar's resistance announced a partial ceasefire on Saturday to facilitate rescue efforts. In neighbouring Thailand, at least 17 people have been confirmed dead since Friday's quake. At least 2 people have been killed and 35 others wounded in overnight attacks on Ukraine, according to its authorities. Ukraine's Air Force reported that Russia launched 111 drones over Ukraine, 65 of which were shot down and 35 lost. An elderly man and woman were killed following Russian drone strikes on the eastern town of Kharkiv, which also hit a military hospital, which Ukraine's general staff denounced as deliberate and targeted shelling. In an overnight address, Ukrainian President Zelensky said that active measures were being taken to prevent the Russian army from advancing into Ukraine's Sumy and Kharkiv regions. On Sunday, Russia said its air defense systems shot down 6 Ukrainian drones. Separately, Russia claimed on Saturday that its military took control of settlements in the Donetsk, Zaporizhzhia and Sumy regions.
Finnish President Alexander Stubb made a surprise visit to Florida on Saturday, meeting with US President Donald Trump for discussions on strengthening bilateral ties and enjoying a round of golf. Trump highlighted their talks on his social media platform, emphasizing cooperation, including the purchase and development of much-needed icebreakers for the US. He also noted their shared commitment to delivering peace and international security. Stubb, speaking to Finnish reporters in London on Sunday, revealed he urged Trump to set a deadline for establishing a ceasefire in Ukraine. April 20 would be a good time for a full ceasefire without any conditions, Stubb said, explaining that a deadline is crucial. Because it is Easter and because President Donald Trump will have been in office for 3 months, he added. The meeting underscores Finland's efforts to bolster international diplomacy while fostering closer ties with the US amid global challenges. European aerospace startup Isar Aerospace conducted the first test flight of its Spectrum rocket on Sunday, marking a milestone as the first attempt to launch a satellite rocket from European soil. The 28-meter-long two-stage rocket took off from Andøya Island in Norway but crashed shortly after launch, exploding upon impact. Despite the crash, CEO Daniel Metzler called the test a success, citing a clean takeoff, 30 seconds of flight, and validation of the flight termination system. Isar Aerospace, based in Munich, aims to gather critical data from the test to advance its goal of launching small and medium-sized satellites into orbit. Muslims around the world are bidding farewell to the holy month of Ramadan and preparing to celebrate Eid al-Fitr, a time of prayer, family gatherings and festivities. Thousands of Palestinians gather on Sunday at the Al-Aqsa Mosque compound in Jerusalem's Old City for Eid al-Fitr prayers. In Serbia, the Islamic community held its central Eid ceremony in the Arab Mosque in Novi Pazar, marking the occasion with communal prayers. In Lisbon, Portugal, Muslims gathered in outdoor prayer spaces. Families donned new clothes and visited loved ones, blending tradition with modern festivities. Meanwhile, in Mecca, millions of pilgrims and locals joined in mass prayers at the Grand Mosque, underscoring the spiritual heart of the celebration. While many communities rejoice, others face challenges. In Gaza, Palestinians marked the holiday amid ongoing conflict, with dwindling supplies and recent airstrikes casting a shadow over what is usually a joyous occasion. The timing of Eid depends on the lunar cycle, with moon sighting teams scanning the skies for the crescent moon that signals the start of the holiday.